All right, let's check out the metal shop. Here's the classroom. Got some computers there. So walk straight ahead. Just put your hand here. It's not locked. You just pull it open. Pull it open. So we have safety glasses. Come inside the shop here. Got a fire extinguisher right there. This is where all of our new 3D printers are going to be. We got about 3 of them to put here. We have a supply cabinet with lots of supplies for projects. And then turn the corner, and then now we're looking at the shop. So hopefully in about a quarter or so you'll know what all these machines do and the basics of them. So we're going to walk around and point things out. All right, so first up we have a Pedestal Grinder right here. This is for weld testing. It's called a tensile testing machine. And right next to that guy, another destructive weld tester. This is called a bend tester. Next, we have a really nice, about a $20,000 laser welding machine. And then we have 3 drill presses. So we got 4. 3, 4. Behind the drill presses is cabinet 4. You'll learn and be tested on all these tools here. And then we have some power tools down here. Drills, grinders, sanders. In cabinet 3, again, you're going to learn about all the different kind of hand tools. And then we got some more right here. That's where you're going to go to get most of your tools here. All right, then over here we have a surface grinding machine. Another computer, a belt sander right here. And then we have 4 lathes. 1, 2 right here, and then 4 on the other side of the wall. So, again, here's the drill presses we just saw. So we have another lathe here. And then right on the other side of this, we have another lathe and one past that one. So we got 4 lathes. Then right here, we have 4 manual mills. So here's the first mill. Here's a Bridgeport Mill, the ever famous Bridgeport Mill. We have another mill right here and another mill. Behind the mills is we have this wooden cabinet, and this has a lot of measuring tools, things called end mills, drills. So it's an important cabinet that we have here. Next to that too, we got 4 USB drives and 5 Chromebooks there. And next to that, we have some Band-Aids. We try and keep all the injuries limited to this. That's what we're shooting for, nothing bigger than that. There's also a telephone over here. And there's a flammable cabinet. And it's where you're going to find important things like layout fluid. All right, so we got our drill presses, 4 lathes, got 4 mills here. Then we have this machine here is called a CNC Router. This is a CNC router, computer numerically controlled router. And we have all of our welding gears up here. All of our welding gear. This is a computer for the router. This is our jewelry table here. So we have a bunch of mandrels and these things called bench pins. Some rotary sanders. This is a ring stretcher. Another mandrel, more vices, and then from Great Britain we have this rolling mill. And we have a place for you to solder rings, glass bead making, pickling, soldering, things like that. So there's also a kiln here where we can burn out wax castings. So this basically is half of the shop. Okay, next here, let's check out the welding area. We have 3 gas tanks here. We got carbon dioxide, argon, and a mix. And these 3 gas tanks, after you turn the tanks on, you grab your welding gear up here, a helmet, and then down over here we have 10 welding booths all the way down. And then we have right here, we have this is our nicest TIG welder here. Place to weld. We have another TIG welder right here. We have a MIG welder, arc welder. We have another TIG welder where you weld right here. And another nice TIG welder. So we got basically a whole row right here of TIG and maybe a small MIG machine mixed in there. Behind the curtains here, we have a wire feeder up top, and then down low we have a welding that does multiple different types of welding here. Multi-process welder. So we got, many booths here for that. So we got 10 welders there. Also another fire extinguisher right here. All right, so we've looked at half of the shop right now. We've looked at all the welding area. This is where you're going to start welding on our gas welders. So we have 6 booths here. We're going to start off with a nice small torch, a small flame, and it's a great way to just kind of check out the world of welding. Speaking of welding, we also have an oven here with electrodes in it. We also have in here a centrifugal casting machine. We have 2 vertical bandsaws. We got this one that says no steel, and this one here is for steel. We got another CNC router. Another CNC Robotics uses this one a lot. Come around here, we kind of got a flame cutting area. We got an area where we got oxyacetylene and you can flame cut right here, or you could grab our plasma machine and you could plasma cut. We also have a machine, acetylene machine track cutter there. We got a tube bender right here. 2 more welding stations. Use flux core wire. We got a specialized MIG welding machine that does aluminum. Another MIG welding. This one's for doing stainless steel. We have a jewelry area here where we do our casting. We have a brand new electric furnace. We have a heat treating station here where we can heat treat stuff and put it inside of oil. Got another fire extinguisher there. Here we have a nice 1-inch belt sander for doing sanding things. I have a hydraulic press for doing bending weld joints, and then another one over here that's more for pressing things, whether it be making a coin ring or pressing a bearing in. So we have two hydraulic presses. So we were looking at all those gas welders. We have some plastic injection machines here. We can plastic inject some things. Got a pretty nice laser cutter here, and it's only 30 watts, but it can cut 1/2-inch plastic and, I'm sorry, 1/4-inch plastic, 1/4-inch wood. So nice laser welder right there. And then on the center bench here is where we do some projects. We got a spot welder. We have a slitting shear. We have what's called a stake here, and more stakes down there. This is called a horizontal bandsaw. Going over that horizontal bandsaw. And we have some sheet metal tools right here. You'll make a tote tray on. We got a bar folder. We got a Beverly shear. We have a notcher. And we have a box and pan brake. Those are all right there. And over here we have what's called a diacro bender. We got another 1-inch belt sander. Got a roll former. This is where our dustpans and brushes are. We have an abrasive cutoff saw, also known as a chop saw. And we have a nice table here, nice robot, team made. Okay, so now we've walked through all of this area. All right, and then we have this one little third left here. So over here, this is good for polishing up maybe rings or metal. This is a wire brush. This is more of a manual punch. This is a vertical disc sander. And some more pedestal grinders right here, which we'll go over. Behind that, we have 3 CNC machines. We have a $20,000 CNC plasma cutter. We do signs, artwork, stuff like that. Another MIG welder here. This thing's called an iron worker. This thing can cut big metal, punch metal, no problem. Over here, got about a $20,000 Tormac CNC Mill. So this thing can grab tools and cut out metal, which we'll go over. And right around the corner we have another $20,000 Tormac CNC lathe. So that's what that is. And we got a bead blaster here. Clean up metal here. Got our sink. We got regular soap. And we got Gojo. And if you really got a mess in your hands, you can mix the Gojo with the borax soap here. Go a little bit of this, some of that. No water. Just do that and then rinse off with water after that. All right. Going back over here, go through this door here, there's a little room. This is where our foundry is. It's where we melt metal in here. We melt metal in there and then we can pour it right over here. This is where we do our molds and stuff right there. Alright, outside we got some propane. We do our blacksmithing. We have a forge right here, anvil, stake. That's where we store our gas tanks out here. Got some barbecues for some fun parties. Got a sandblaster right there. And for metal, this left bin here has new metal, new plate steel. The bin next to it has metal that is still usable to weld. It still has some room in it to weld with. Up here, this is steel totally welded or unusable. Okay? Over here we have aluminum, which we can remelt or TIG weld. So this is the shiny light aluminum. It's not magnetic, is right here. Then we have a 4-foot wide hydraulic shear for cutting thinner metal. So all the metal in here, it's really sharp. Be careful, but we can cut metal right here. And that really concludes the inside and outside tour. Thanks for watching.